Шановні колеги,
Dear colleagues, we continue our working day and we are giving the floor to Ministry of Defense of Ukraine spokesperson on ATO-related issues, Colonel Andriy Lysenko. Good afternoon, dear friends. We provide you information on situation in the ATO area in Lugansk sector. Yesterday there were 3 hostile shellings, all in different places, in particular in Stanitsa Luganska and Lopansk. The enemy used small arms, and in Krymsk artillery in Popasna district, the lull was kept yesterday. In Donetsk sector, over 80% of hostile shellings fall on Avdiivka industrial area. In particular, the last shelling continued for 3 hours in succession. Practically every incident saw using of mortars. The enemy opened fire from eastern and southern directions. Ukrainian troops actively returned fire. The enemy violated ceasefire in Lugansk as well. The shelling was the strongest of all shellings in Donetsk sector. The enemy launched 14 mortar shells, a total of 7 hostile shellings, with 5 out of them using heavy weapons were registered in Donetsk sector. In Mariupol sector, the geography of hostilities extended. Besides traditionally not calm hot spots such as Krasnogorivka and the section of front line Pavlopil-Shirokine, the enemy organized some shellings using heavy weapons in Novomikhailivka and Slavne Marinka district, Pishevik near Pavlopil. Besides mortars and cannons, occupants many times used armored personnel carriers. Hostilities continues along the entire front line. Ukrainian military men returned fire. A total of 27 hostile shellings were registered in Mariupol sector, in particular 11 of them using heavy weapons. Yesterday, 2 flights of hostile air drones were registered in Donetsk and Mariupol sectors. Yesterday, as a result of hostilities, 2 Ukrainian military men were killed, 5 were injured. We express our condolences to the families of deceased military men. Confirmed losses of the enemy amount to 3 killed and 3 injured occupants in the Avdiivka industrial area and in Mariupol sector. Analyzes activity of the enemy in October. During last months compared to September, the militants increased the number of shellings almost twice. In particular, the enemy in October violated ceasefire 1,322 times. According to the intelligence information, in 9th and 11th regiments of Russian occupational troops, drinking and desertion are broadly spread, and occupational administration and commandment of the enemy took a decision to issue so-called passports of DPR, LPR to militants who are citizens of the Russian Federation. The counterintelligence of Security Service of Ukraine revealed the attempt of militants to create agent network in Lugansk region. The occupant tried to recruit Ukrainian state servicemen, but the civils in September, the civil servant agreed to cooperate with the enemy under the threat of physical beating, but he didn't make any illegal actions. The militants along with Russian security service, try to use Ukrainians for their purposes. So we ask you not to visit these territories for your sake, for your safety. Security service of Ukraine returned to peaceful life, yet another former militant in the framework of the program you awaited at home. The military man entered the ranks of militants in 2014, tempted by Russian propaganda. Later on, he saw looting and unlawfulness of Russian invaders, and he decided to leave the illegal military formation. So he made the first step, agreed, and started his peaceful life again. Policemen prevented entry of weaponry from the ATO area. 22 years old guest of Mariupol had three live grenades in his rucksack. Yesterday, at Ukrainian-Russian frontier, our frontier guard detained the Russian world follower who just left pre-trial detention center not so long ago. This separatist is suspected in organizing mass civil disorders in Kharkiv in spring 2014. In Lviv, the military men of National Guard took part in anti-terroristic exercises. Do you have any questions? Thank you, Mr. Lysenko. Are there any questions? No, we have no questions. That's the end of press conference. Dear colleagues, next event at 1 o'clock sharp.